Well, hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot couple of days here on the farm. Today we're at the Broads, and you'll see in a minute, because it's been so dry, we're watering some of the animals. This is our cattle race where we bring the cows in. I had Panda's lot up in the race over at Caldecott the other day, another set of marshes, and we fly sprayed them. We fly sprayed the lot here, which we'll see today, and because of the heat, the flies have been a real nuisance this year. Horse flies and just your general house fly as well have been a bit of a pain with the cattle and with some of the sheep as well. Most of the livestock on the other side of this farm, over that way to the east, are okay for water, but it's just this group here which has been struggling to get clean water, because we check the levels, the quality of the water, the salinity, and some of the waters, the saline levels can increase as it gradually gets hotter and there's less water. We started bringing down some tankers, some little IBC tanks in the feed trailer, and we put it down there every few days, and then they seem to the cows seem to drink through it. So yes, it's worked out quite well. Yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying the heat wave at the moment. I know it's not been ideal. It's been difficult to stay cool. I know that. Probably the best place is to stay in the tractor with the air conditioning on, if you can, or in your car if your car's got aircon. There's only one thing about the old Defender on the farm, the Land Rover Defender, is it hasn't got aircon. But if you leave the windows down, it's not too bad. But the other day when it was like 37, 40, it was getting too hot. It was getting too hot. So you can see now we're just coming into this field to go and find these IBC tanks, which we left in the Marshall feed trailer the day before last. Just coming down here this year, fairly regularly with the tractor and the Manitou. There's a little bit of track work I'd like to do, some track maintenance, if we're going to be spending more time down here with the tractor in the future. A nice winter job, autumn job I've got with a mini digger, doing some track maintenance on some potholes up there. Coming in and out of fields all day, picking equipment up and dropping equipment off and cattle off, picking up sheep, for example. You want a nice smooth track, so I've got a few little projects to do towards the end of the year. There's the tanker over there which we've been using. I have to start looking at a blooming Slurry Tanker at this rate, but the feed trailer's worked out pretty well. So I've just got to put the front loader down and lift it up, because sometimes it sinks in the ground. This is the last tank on the trailer. It's about half full. We'll just empty that into this drinker, then we'll take this back to the farm tonight and fill it up with some more water. Most of the tanks have some valves on them, but this last tank's a bit of a nuisance, really. You have to kind of put an old hose pipe on it. This one, it's a bit dodgy, this one. I need to get another fitting for it. Now that we've lifted the trailer up with the front loader anyway, this hose is now giving us some water, which of course we can give to the cattle and fill this tank up this afternoon. Alright, so we're just filling up for our last fill of the day, the drinker. I came down here early on this morning with the truck, the Land Rover, when I was checking the animals, filled this one up, and they've drank all the water in this drinker by this afternoon. So it is surprising how much water they're going through in this hot weather, the cattle. Since it's been about 40 Celsius, 35, 30 Celsius, which is too hot really for the UK. It's like a muggy, humid heat. I've got a bottle here from Class when we went on that visit a little while ago. It's been quite handy actually. Yeah, I've been drinking water like mad, and also I'm not turning the tractor off whilst I'm filling this up. I know people say you're wasting fuel and all the rest of it, but I love the aircon, and this is my salvation against the horse flies. They can't bite me when you're sealed in the cab. So yeah, they've clocked on the horse flies that I walk around here every day, and they're just trying to bite everything. The cows, they're trying to bite them, they're trying to bite me. We put some fly spray on the cattle, like I said, and that has worked wonders. They are a long way away, the cattle now. I don't know if you can pick them up, but they're probably off grazing now. They seem to sort of turn up, have a good old drink, and then bugger off grazing for the rest of the day. just how they are. But yeah, they were checked this morning. They get checked every day. We did buy another bull the other day, which I'm hoping to show you one day in the future. It's a lovely blonde Aquitaine bull, which is about 18 months old, and we picked him up the other day. So I think we're going to call him Rodney. Apparently that's his name. So anyway, we'll get this drinker filled up. There is a bit left in this one, and I've got some big connectors on this one, which are brilliant. When we turn it on, this one is awesome. It's just absolutely brilliant because it's a decent sized hose. So if I put that in there, this is what I want on all of the tanks, one of those connectors. Somebody in the comments could tell me what that is, that connector. It would be hugely appreciated. They're absolutely brilliant. They just latch on and they've got a big capacity, much bigger capacity than my little yellow hose, which takes ages. So now I've got the hose from one tank and that big bore tube hose from what remains in that tank, and we're kind of combining the two to fill up the drinker. So it's working pretty well. And there we are, it's all filled up. Well, they are going to absolutely love this later on, the cattle, when they come up. Hector, the Aberdeen Angus bull, who's down here, he will literally come in and like have one of these on his own. So yeah, they'll have a nice drink down at the watering hole here, as I call it, and we'll turn this off now and get back to the yard. Take this home and fill it up again. This time of the year you really have to be living with the livestock almost. You have to be with them 24/7, 7 days a week, keeping an eye on them, the flies, with the sheep, making sure they don't get on their backs. They've all been weaned now with their lambs. The lambs have gone off to the abattoir. We got quite a good price for them this year, and we even kept some ewe lambs, some shearlings for next year, so we can increase the amount of ewes we've got. We're going to have maybe nearly 100 ewes next year. Like I say, you really do have to be living with the livestock at the moment, so especially in this heat, flies are the biggest problem, and of course heat stroke as well. So touch wood, we haven't had too many serious cases yet, but you know, you do have to keep an eye on things. Livestock, another priority at the moment. We were supposed to be doing the harvest today, but it is a bit too hot in a way, and when things can get too hot, you get bearings running hard, sometimes fires and things like that. So we will hopefully do the harvest by the end of this week. So we'll start the harvest anyway. So. Right, we're just on our way back, and we've got a sorry for the delay farm gate to dinner plate. Good feed, Camsa Daisy weight, the Marshall decal on the back. We can't go very quick, you have to go about 40k because they're only small tyres, and you don't want to pop them. You've got to go fairly steady. On the way, as we go a bit slower through here, we'll talk to you about the John Deere Gator and where we're at with that at the moment, because we're going to sell that machine, because we've had it for, well, just over a year now, and we've put a lot of hours on it, so we can talk about it now, we can say what we think of it. And as a John Deere person, I don't know if it's just our one, the one that we've had, which has been bad. They're probably not built how they used to be. I'm sure the older ones are a lot better, but there's just been problem after problem with our one. And like I say, I like John Deere's, I'm a John Deere guy, but I think for buggies you need something really reliable, like a Honda or Kawasaki, which are also apparently quite good. Polaris, some people get on with as well, but we are honestly gutted about the Gator, because it should be flat out at the moment, and it's not. It should be doing work every day, and at the moment the Defender's doing the Gator's job, and then what the Defender's got to do as well, towing cattle and sheep around. So the Defender really is at the moment the hero. John Deere Gator, very disappointed, and yes, it is for sale, it will be going. In fact, it's already gotten rid of. We're just ordering the replacement for it. So yeah, it is a bit sad about the Gator, but it is what it is. It's one of those things. And take it from me, if you are looking for a buggy or a buggy replacement, look at something else. If you use it every day, I think some people, they buy John Deere Gators, and you know, if you're using it on a few acres now and then, you can probably get away with it. But for everyday hard work, checking cattle, pulling implements, just forget it. Go and look at something else. So that's sort of, well, my frustration at the moment with the John Deere Gator. It should be out doing work at the moment, but anyway, it is what it is. this is the track which I'm going to come and maybe have a little scrat at later on in the autumn. There's just a few potholes, real big holes and gullies which just want scraping out and levelling, just put a bit of gravel in, because it is quite a nice track, this one. Alright, so we're back at the yard now and I'm just filling up these tanks tonight, and then we'll start doing the barley. Bit of a shame, as I was saying on the way back, about the Gator, which we haven't been able to use over the last, well, almost the last month now. That machine's been out of action, but we are still able to get the cattle watered every day. We check all the animals now with the Defender until we get this other buggy, which is going to take a few months to turn up. We did think about a pickup truck. You can get some of these pickup trucks for reasonable prices now, Isuzu, automatic, but we do like those little buggies, those farm buggies. They are quite handy. So yeah, so with that, enjoy your day whatever you're up to. I hope everyone is having a good summer, and I hope you're able to keep cool in whatever way, shape or form you can. So we'll get the rest of this done, and I will catch you on the next one. Click here to subscribe to the channel, and click here to watch another Olly's Farm video.